Hi everyone, welcome to DIY Mommy's Minute. Today we are going to be making our first fall wreath of the season, and this is going to be a pumpkin wreath. And all of my supplies, you guessed it, are from Dollarama. So the supplies that I'll be using is this wreath base, and it's a 14-inch wreath base. I'm also going to be using this orange burlap. It was $4 a roll. I think I got it last year, however I know they have it this year and they also have it in the color black. It doesn't really matter what color you pick. If you have the brown, use it as well. You're also going to need some pumpkins for this wreath, and a lot of them. So I did purchase a bunch of these bunches of pumpkins. It comes 5 in a pack. It also comes with some pine cones, which I didn't use. However, at the very end of the video, I will show you what it looks like if you want to add the pine cones and how you can incorporate them into the pumpkin wreath. So the first thing you want to do to start your pumpkin wreath is you're going to take your burlap and your wire wreath base, and you're going to wrap that burlap all the way around the wire wreath and securing it with your hot glue gun. And this is going to create a nice surface area for you to be able to apply those pumpkins and create this pumpkin wreath. Once you get to the end, you're just going to cut the burlap and you're going to secure it again using your hot glue gun. Once you have your base prepared, you can then go ahead and get all your pumpkins ready. So in these bunches of pumpkins from the dollar store, they come with 3 different sizes of pumpkins. You have the bigger round, the smaller round, and then you have an odd shaped looking pumpkin. So the first thing is you're going to add pumpkins to the front surface of the wreath base, and I'm just going to be using the bigger round and the smaller round for this. We will be using these odd shaped pumpkins or the taller shaped pumpkins for around the inner circle and the outer circle of the wreath. So to apply the pumpkins to the wreath base, you're just going to use your hot glue gun, and you're just going to put a bunch of glue onto the bottom of the pumpkin and stick it onto that burlap. And again, for the front part of the wreath, I'll only be using the larger round and the smaller round pumpkins. And I didn't put them in any particular order, however, I want to make sure I had more of the bigger rounds on the surface front. The next step is filling the inner circle of your wreath base. So we'll be using these taller pumpkins along with the small round and the bigger round. And adding the pumpkins to the inner circle was a little bit more difficult. It was kind of a trial and error as to what pumpkin you're going to put next, and you're just going to try and fit it and see which one looks best before you go ahead and apply that hot glue, because you want to try and cover as much burlap as possible. So here's what it looks like with your inner circle completed, and now we just need to fill in the outer part of this wreath. And you're going to be using the same technique that you use for the inner circle. It's all going to be trial and error. You're going to pick whatever pumpkin gives you the most coverage and covering up that burlap and fitting in between the other pumpkins that you already have in place. So here's the wreath with all 3 layers completed. I think it looks gorgeous, and it's going to look great on my front door. My front door is black, so I think the orange will really pop. I actually got inspiration for this wreath from a wreath that I seen at Winners. They had a pumpkin wreath there. It was all pumpkins. However, the pumpkins they used were velvet. It was really nice, but I knew I could make it more budget friendly and use all the supplies from Dollarama. So I just want to finish the video showing you guys what it could look like with adding those pine cones. I also tried adding some fall leaves that I got at Dollarama and putting them into the middle of the pumpkins. And if you decide on adding anything, you're just going to secure it all in place using your hot glue gun. I think the leaves looked really nice as a fill-in as well. You could also use these little styrofoam balls. I found them in the fall section at Dollarama. They were little fall picks. At the end of the day, I decided I was going to use some greenery, and I got this bush at Dollarama for $3. It has a darker green to it, and you only need 1 bush because it has a lot of stems. So you're just going to take apart the stems and hot glue them. I hot glued them in between each pumpkin, and it made it look like the vines of the pumpkin, and I really liked the pop of green in this wreath. So here is my finished product with adding that greenery. I think it looks great. I'm so excited to hang this on my door for fall this year. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it gave you some great ideas to make your own fall pumpkin wreath. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more DIY fun.